This time on LMLive Sport, the Mahirangi under-85s will look to bounce back after their weekend's loss as they take on the Pirates at the Warkworth Showgrounds. Waiheke United will travel across the ocean to take on the Warkworth men's first team, an important game for those boys in red. And 1,103 steps. Sounds like a lot? This weekend, firefighters from across the nation will tackle the 2016 Firefighter Stair Challenge. All that coming up next on LMLive Sport. Welcome. In rugby, the Mahirangi under-85s will look to bounce back after their weekend's loss as they take on the Pirates. That game will be at the Showgrounds in Warkworth at a 2:45 p.m. kickoff, so make sure you get along to that home game for that Mahirangi team if you can. Also in the Bailey's Southern Northern Districts competition, you've got the Welsford Premiers. They'll take on Horo Horo, that's at Centennial Park, and a 2:15 p.m. kickoff for that. Prior to that also is the Welsford Reserves. They'll take on the Horo Horo Reserves at Centennial Park, of course, and that one's a 12:30 p.m. kickoff. Also, as you can see there, the Mahirangi Premiers will travel to Helensville to play the Western Pioneers. That's a 2:45 p.m. kickoff, so get along to that one if you can. And Otamatea Premiers, they'll travel north to play Carmo at Carmo. That's a 2:15 p.m. kickoff for that one in that competition. To football, Waiheke United will travel across the seas to take on the Warkworth men's first team. That's at Shoesmith Domain. A 2:45 p.m. kickoff for those lads who won by default 3-0 last weekend, so they'll be keen to get back into the footy and definitely have a good crack at that game. Also prior to that, the Warkworth Reserves will take on Waiheke Reserves at the same venue. That's a 12:15 p.m. kickoff, so make sure you get along to that one and support those boys trying to get their way up the ladder in that competition. Also, as you can see in the mix there, Warkworth Women's will take on Forest Hill at Beecroft Park, and the over 35s coming off the back of a 7-0 win last weekend will take on Birkenhead. That's at Shepherds Park, 2:45 p.m. kickoff. And to Rodney Netball, that's on a Friday night at Centennial Park in Welsford, round 1 kicking off at 6 p.m. there. You've got Rodney Rams 1 versus Otamatea X3, that's on court 4. And on court 6, make sure you don't miss Warkworth 1 versus Mahirangi X1. Round 2, which starts at 7 p.m. every Friday night. You've got Warkworth 2 against Rodney 3 there, as well as Warkworth 4 taking on Kypra Flats 4, so that should be a good battle there. And in round 3, that's an 8 p.m. start. You've got Rodney 1 taking on Otamatea 1. That's on court 3, so that should be a cracker. Also, as you can see there, Rodney Social will take on Kypra Flats 2, that's on court 1. In round 1, Mangawai 1 will take on Otamatea X2, that's court 6. In round 2 at 7 p.m. and Mahirangi X2 take on Mangawai 2, court 1, round 3 at 8 p.m. And to Warkworth men's hockey, Black will take on Team White. That's a 6 p.m. start out there at the Warkworth Showgrounds hockey turf. Also, Mahu College will take on Team Red. That's a 7:30 p.m. start for those boys. To the women's Warkworth hockey competition, you've got Blue versus Red. That's a 6:15 p.m. start. Matakana Physio will look to continue their unbeaten run in that competition. That's a 7:15 p.m. start for them against Team White. And Green will take on Team Yellow. That's an 8:30 p.m. start for them, also at the Warkworth Showgrounds turf. And last of all, this Saturday, the 28th of May, firefighters from New Zealand, Australia and the United States of America will come to Auckland to tackle the 2016 Firefighter Stair Challenge. They'll take on 1,103 steps, climbing the Sky Tower as fast as they can in a race to the top. Make sure if you can, get along and support our local firefighters from fire stations across Rodney. That'll be a great event, I'm sure. It is every year, and I'm sure it won't let us down this time round. That's all for this time on LMLive Sport. Thank you so much for watching. If you do happen to get along to any of the games this weekend or the Firefighters Challenge and you do grab some photos or videos, I'd love it if you could send it into my email. That's sport@localmatters.co.nz, and also make sure you do subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you'll get weekly updates then of all the videos we put out. That's on a Tuesday and a Thursday for the weekend preview and review for sports and all the other news and sporting videos that we put up also during the week. From me and the team here at LMLive Sport though, until next time, goodbye.